Yeah.
Come on in.
Good things.
My name is Jeffrey.
You're the case manager or something?
I'm a nurse. Yep. And the way the team works here is that everyone that receives treatment on an ongoing basis, but not just a one-off, they allocate a case manager to. So I had capacity on my caseload, and they said, "Can you?" And I haven't met the gentleman yet.
No.
So I'll introduce myself and make.
Yeah, I'll take it, but
Yeah.
I don't plan on being interactive with this mob at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I met, is that the 4th? So I met Mr. Shaw.
This is.
Just last week.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
In the emergency department.
Yep.
We had a bit of a discussion, whatnot.
What was the reason why you came in?
I've been trying to seek justice from the mental health system and what they've done to my life and the damage that they've caused to myself and my family.
That's what you came in for at the time?
Yep.
Yep, okay.
I think he was... How did you actually get transported here?
The police come and got me.
Yeah, so it was an R&R from Sharon, I think.
Okay.
And then I saw him with Sharon in the ED.
Yeah.
There was a community treatment order put in place, and reluctantly agreed to take a Abilify.
Yes.
Tablets.
The oral?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't taken it because when I went to go and get it, they were going to charge me $37.60 and I didn't have that money at the time. And considering it's an off-label prescription, I decided I'm not going to take it.
Are you on a health card?
I don't know if I am or not.
What Centrelink do you receive?
I don't know if I do or not.
I think that was another issue that we identified.
Okay.
So you don't get any Centrelink?
I'm not sure.
How do you live?
I get money put in my account.
From who?
Family.
Right. Okay.
So you're sure it's family, not the government?
No, it's family.
Right. Yeah. Where are your family? You've got family in Geraldton, haven't you?
Got one member in Geraldton, one in Perth.
Your father's in Perth, isn't he?
No, my father committed suicide, mate.
That's right. Your mother's in Perth. That's right. So.
Alright, let's get down to this. That doctor at that regional hospital, when he started questioning me, I told him that a person broke into my house in September, they carved their name on my lounge suite. He said to me, "Okay, is this a voice inside your head telling you this?" I pulled out my phone and says, "No mate, I took a photo of it." Okay, I showed you. Then they go and sedate me. So in the process of them sedating me, I press record on my phone. Then they hold me down, sedate me. When I come to, that data has been removed from my phone. So that's a federal crime. Unauthorised access to my computer and tampering with data on my computer. Okay, now I've filled out a report today about this, and I don't like what you people have done to me over all those years, and I've spoken with the Chief of Psychiatry's office over the last 7 months, 8 months, asking for justice for what you have done to me. And this is what you do. You do it all again. 2012 was an appeals tribunal hearing. It was found in my favour. So why are you in my face again? I'm not mentally ill. I never was. So why are you in my face?
Well, I think because... Did you ever go to the hospital in Greylands?
I've been in there, yes. A misdiagnosis, misinformation, which is continue to base your diagnosis on.
They thought you had a mental illness, though, didn't they?
Well, officially, yes. Unofficially, they said, "You're right, Jeff, you're right in what you say, but we're not going back on what we've done." So what does that tell you?
Who said that?
A psychiatrist. Not just any psychiatrist, the head psychiatrist of the Murchison and the Fitzroy and Hutchison wards.
Who was that?
I don't know his name.
In any event, we went all over that when I saw you in the emergency department at great length, so we don't need to do that
Not at
again.
great length.
Well, you gave me a fairly good outline of your
20 odd years, mate. I've been messed around by the mental health system, and yet you will never take responsibility. You don't even have a policy in place for when you get it wrong.
You did agree that if I let you go home that day, you would take the Abilify.
You said it wouldn't cost me anything. So therefore that agreement can't stand.
I didn't say it wouldn't cost
Yes, you did. You said it wouldn't cost you a cent.
Normally, if you're on a community treatment order, it doesn't cost anything, does it?
No, there's still, it doesn't negate the cost being on a community treatment order. There's still a cost
Or is it
associated.
just depot?
Just the depot.
Not to mention the cost to the taxpayers for unnecessary treatment.
I'm not sure about the aripiprazole. I know that there's some issues around the cost of the aripiprazole, but I'm not sure what the cost is to the consumer if it's provided through our service.
But all depots are free. Because they're provided through our service.
There's
Still a
depots
cost to
that
the
are
taxpayer,
administered at this
though.
clinic, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing's free, mate.
No, nothing's free.
No.
But free to you.
No, it's
In
not,
any
mate. It's a
event-
cost to me. You cost me more
So
credibility.
So you decided to not take it?
Yeah, I couldn't afford to buy it. How could I take it if I can't afford to buy it?
Well, you could have come back to us and we'd have negotiated that.
Could have. I told Sharon on Monday. Couldn't get it, so I'll see you Wednesday. She said she won't be here for Wednesday.
And that's right.
Too late in the day for her, apparently. So.
No, she's on an ADO today. Lost a day off. So what do you want to do about it?
Well, like I said to Sharon on Monday, I'm going to go through with the CBT. I'm going to speak to a psychologist. I'm going to get them to understand that this is not a psychiatric condition, it's an emotional trauma that I'm dealing with. And that medicating me, like Iana said when I first met him, medication's not going to solve this problem, it's not going to help me. So why do I still have to deal with this? I'm asking for justice, and I end up getting dragged in here under this situation.
Well, I guess it's because there's disagreement on both sides about what's the problem.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you form an opinion, and you think that your opinion is a fact, and it's not. It never will be. You dismiss certain facts that I've brought up, in particular the latest one, which is a carving of someone's name on my lounge suite, and you just totally dismiss it.
I didn't dismiss it. I never said that it wasn't.
I'm not saying you personally, I'm saying at the system.
The system.
Right. So when I go to the police to make a complaint about it, and they say, we're not going to take a statement from you because you are supposedly mentally ill, do you understand how much impact the stigma has on my life? When I first got to Geraldton, I applied for 83 jobs, driving jobs. The application ends up in the bin because I have to fill out the part where it says, do you take medication? What's the medication for? You see how much problems he's caused? When I try and speak to my brother about the wife that he married, and I said, you can't really trust her, mate. We don't really know who she is. And then 3 months later, he commits suicide. He didn't believe what I'm saying because of you people have discredited me all these years. My family doesn't believe what I say because you people have discredited me for all those years. Now you explain to me how that carving got on my lounge suite. If I said in 1997 at Greylands and at an outpatient clinic that I've been stalked by some freak from high school, and you want to dismiss that, and yet I'm being tortured by this person my whole life, and you people still cannot acknowledge that? You want evidence of it? I'll provide evidence. But it's not going to be...
in your lounge chair.
Yep, and that's not just the first bit of evidence, that's one of the pieces.
This is the red-haired man?
Yep, correct.
And this has just happened recently. He's still pursuing
September, that carving, I found that carving on my lounge suite, so it could have been anywhere between August and September.
So he continues to
to do it. Yep.
And this is a chap because you had an altercation in the high school when you were 14, is that right?
Younger, at a local park.
At a local park?
Yep, and I've been his victim ever since.
He was a school colleague or something, wasn't he?
Him and his family were from Girraween. His family were well known as being dangerous people in Girraween, and I caught him doing something, myself and another kid, we beat the crap out of him, and I've been his victim ever since.
Does he live in Geraldton?
No, I don't think so. From what I understand, he lives in Queensland, and he's a fly-in, fly-out destroyer of people's lives. He claims to be the most prolific serial killer this country's ever had. And from what I saw, what he was doing at 12 or 13 years of age, what he got a beating for, if that's the type of person that still walks around free, you've got one hell of a problem on your hands.
But there was another thing that he wasn't the chap who confessed the murder to you, is he?
Yes, it is.
The same fellow.
Yes, the redhead person. But the redhead person, I don't know the redhead person's name.
This girl that went missing got murdered and they've never found the person.
No.